Let's see, I first knew about this tumor when I fell down a flight of stairs, hit my head really hard on the landing, got a concussion, went and got a CAT scan for the concussion, and the guy came into the room and said, we found an abnormality. After an MRI, they showed it to me, and it was this big egg-sized glowing white tumor in my brain. At that point, I didn't have much hope for survival. They were throwing around prognoses, but I knew I was going to die. I decided to do the clinical trial for TSC almost by accident. Throughout this whole process, I never weighed the options. I just went with my instantaneous feeling. My feeling was yes. It was fairly easy for me to understand that they needed to oxygenate this tumor in order to kill it, and that in my state before the trial, it was hypoxic and they couldn't really do anything with it. So it made sense to me, and we were able to communicate well because I had a pretty good understanding of what they were going to do. This sounded like a great idea to me. I thought it was brilliant, so I was even more happy to participate. I really wanted to that's when I really wanted to get in, because I felt they were onto something. In the course of my radiation treatment, I understood that I would have to meet with a doctor 45 minutes to an hour before the radiation took place, and what he would do is come in and inject TSC into my vein, and he was very good. I never had a problem, it never hurt, I never felt any nausea or lightheadedness or any abnormality. About 2 months after we started radiation, or they started radiating me, the MRIs came in and they started to look a little bit better. Not very much. They would look at them, they would show them to me, and I would get discouraged. I was expecting it to go away or get really small, and I said, no, it takes a few months for this to happen. It's about 4 months after I finished radiation. Instead of showing me all the layers and having 4 screens up, they just had 2 screens, one image on one screen, one image on the other. He pointed to the one on the left where there was this dark hole and what looked like a solar flare around it. He said, that was your tumor right after we took it out a year ago, and the white, the flare, is the tumor. The center is the hole where your primary tumor used to be. Then he showed me the next one, and it was my brain, my beautiful brain, without anything. There is no artifact in that MRI, and he looked at me and he said, that's as clean as it can be. And he was just so lit up. I knew that it was a success. It had been a success. I think the TSC is what did it. And I think so because my doctors think so. And because of the trials they did with mice, I have the exact response that the mice had. I think that the clinical trial with the TSC is what saved my life. I believe that the TSC treatment is the reason my tumor shrunk and then finally disappeared. It's just not there.